Hold on, we're coming. Not me so much, but
It's fine. It's totally fine.
I don't know why it's not doing anything. It's not like it's a secret. They watched me do my makeup last week.
You just destroyed the illusion. That's not just, you don't just wake up like that.
Oh! Hold on, we're coming. Oh god, my voice is so annoying. How do you guys watch this? Fine. Just kidding. I'll be back.
Okay. So, hey, y'all. Hang on. Felicia needs to turn off the music. If Felicia doesn't turn off the music, then, there we go. If Felicia doesn't turn off the music, then Facebook's gonna block us. So, hey, y'all.
Can you see the script?
Yes, I think so. I got it. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. This is season 8, episode 6. We are moving right along this season. I am not Felicia Minor. Oh. But I am your Mr. US of A, MI Classic Freddy Prince Charming, and this is Let's Have a Fefe. Felicia is still struggling. It's a struggle. The struggle is real today. The struggle is real today, not gonna lie. It on so many levels. But for more than 6 years, it's been more than just the gossip. It's the issues that actually matter and things that matter to you. It's your Wednesday night conversation. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, which I still don't know what the fuck it is. Make sure that you share the episode and invite y'all. Still don't know what the fuck it is. We are brought to you by wigsofakind.com. I wore 2 Wigs of a Kind,
Oh, those were sick names.
wigs, right, in Austin over the weekend. And the burlybarbers.com, who I'm going to be ready here pretty soon. I'm already starting to get all fuzzy, so. And, of course, we couldn't do this without the support of all of our Patreon supporters. It's redundant. I have to figure out how to do that different. Anyway, so I wasn't here. So last week, Felicia did her makeup. I was already in Austin. I was trying to remember what the timeline of things here. So Felicia was doing her makeup. I apologize for all of you that that had to see that. You know, it's yeah. And I was already in Austin. I had come back basically the Monday. The Monday prior. I had already been in Austin for a few days. I got to Austin last Saturday. No, 15th. 15th is when I got to Austin. After getting home on Monday from being in Arkansas and Oklahoma, where we crowned a whole bunch of new state title holders that are going to be on their way to nationals in March across all 3 divisions, MI Classic, and Diva. Both prelims were absolutely amazing. But I got back on that Monday, and then
we had some beautiful people that won.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say that?
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm looking for my lash glue. I don't think anybody cares.
I don't think anybody. Just put on some glasses or something. It's fine. You know, this is the face that you get from me this evening. It's a very light face. I've just spent 5 days straight in drag, so I was not. And we're hosting the Sparkle Glitter Glisten gala tomorrow. So tonight I need to kind of give my face a break, and so this is what you get. At least there's a little bit of contrast, and I don't look completely washed out. So, but this is what you get. So for me, the biggest thing that's been going on is I just got back yesterday, very early in the morning, from this year's Austin International Drag Festival, and holy shit,
it looked amazing from here.
It really was. Like it just every year it gets better, and every year there's like more and more support that comes out from not just the volunteers, but folks that come out and actually support the festival. And you know, and with there being so many drag entertainers, like I am not kidding when I say that Austin is the most inclusive drag festival out there. Like, you are seriously not, you're not gonna find this anywhere else.
Not by yourself at all.
Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just you're not gonna find it. Oh my god, I have like a, there it is. Ah, found it. I had a piece of fuzz on my eyelash. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm busy.
Ugh. But
I guess I better find eyelash glue.
why? Why are you still trying to find eyelash glue?
For tomorrow. I'm talking to myself. Keep going.
Oh my god. And you know, for those of you that have never gone to AIDF, you really need to. If you're gonna spend the fucking money to go to DragCon, then you need to go to AIDF. The queens, the kings, the everybody, the level of talent, and it's not just one type of queen. You're not just gonna find, you know, your pageant queen or, you know, your spooky queen or whatever it is. The spectrum is absolutely incredible, and it's truly an international festival.
People from overseas come.
Like we had folks from Canada, we had folks from Israel. These are entertainers, like performers, not just people that were just coming to be there. Folks from Norway, folks from the UK. Like, it truly is an international festival. Why is the TV so loud? Are they deaf?
Yes.
Okay.
And plus it's quiet.
Ah.
That's like tricky as well.
Yeah. And it was like, I got to bring
Your whole family.
I didn't bring them. I basically forced them to apply this year. Is what I did. But oh my god, it was fantastic. So Trey actually opened Kingfest.
Oh wow!
And he
with
did his Green Ranger, which.
So let me tell you, I was heavily involved, but not there.
Yeah. Basically what that means is she was stalking all of us, essentially.
Yeah, and I was like cheering you guys on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
You were definitely missed. Like, I don't know how many people were like, where's Felicia?
I think I'm wearing this backwards. I think I put it on in such a hurry. But I like the design. It's okay.
Is it backwards?
The tag is right here. But I'm here now. I'll wear it backwards. It's weird. I like the design. I don't want to wear it.
I don't know.
Is there something on the front?
Yeah, it's a bigger version of that. Or something.
Is it?
It's something. I think these are supposed to be wings, so these go on the back.
Hold on. Keep going.
I don't know. Anyway.
But I truly want to be there next year.
Yeah, I think you need to be. Like, it was there are no words. Now, I have to say that the first couple years I was there, I was out and about, and I was sociable, and I was talking to people, and I got to see pretty much everybody. This year, I wasn't able to do that as much. Let's just say that shingles are probably the worst pain I have ever experienced in my life. It is not something that I ever want to experience again, and it is not something that I would... Oh, God. Like, it...
Disclaimer, he is not contagious.
No, not contagious. I passed being contagious a while back. Like, but it was fucking awful.
Oh, that is bad.
It started... like I said, I got there Saturday morning, and I started kind of feeling uncomfortable, and it was was it Tuesday night? Monday night?
No, it was like...
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday night when I woke up in the most excruciating pain. Like, I have never... Like, I was like, oh my god. And up until this point, I was trying to find different things, like different types of creams and stuff, remedies and stuff.
Oh,
it's
like,
fine. Well, because you don't. Why the hell would you?
Plus, you had
like,
this road trip for like what, 14
right,
hours,
so
16 hours.
Right, you know, you're sitting in a car, whatever. This pain, I was like, all right, fuck this. So I actually got up and I drove myself to a 24-hour. It's like an emergency room. It's not attached to a hospital. It's just strictly like an emergency room. I called first, however, because I'm in Texas, mind you, and I was like, okay. So is there anybody on staff currently that is trans friendly?
Oh.
And immediately was told yes. There wasn't a hesitation. There wasn't a, let me think. It was immediately yes. So
Now, if you had
fine.
called in Arizona, they probably would have been like,
Right, exactly. So I was like, all right, that's good enough. So I drove over there, told them what the issue was, and they took such amazing care of me. They, describing the symptoms or whatever, and the doctor's like, have you been under any stress lately? Of course, I'm just like, no, of course not. No stress whatsoever.
Never.
Right? I haven't, slept properly in God knows how long. I haven't, no. There's nothing that would give me any sort of a weakened immune system.
What would make you do that?
All right. No stress at all. I was like, yeah, kind of, I've been traveling a lot. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, plus on top of my muggle job and all that good stuff. And kind of thinks about it, and he's like, because when I was describing, he's like, no, it's not that. I don't think it's that. Like, I wonder if it's shingles. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I just started laughing. He's like, well, let's take a look and see. And he looks, and he was like, yep, totally shingles. I just started laughing. I was like, of course it's fucking shingles.
And then he sends me a text that's like, if anything else can happen, it will. And I was like, oh God, what happened? At first I was like terrified because he was like, if it could happen, it would. And I was like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah,
but then he was like, you got the shingles. I was
fucking
like,
kidding me.
God.
Of course I'm gonna get shingles. And if you Google risks of shingles, the first thing that pops up is old age. Fuck y'all. So, along with a weakened immune system and high levels of stress and all that good shit.
You have all of those things.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
but
at you
I know.
overachieving.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. Fuck. So, Wednesday I actually had to perform. I did it. Mary Jane Styles was one of the queens that helps organize AIDF. She's on the board. She's absolutely amazing, and she had a kickoff show in this venue that was called, oh fuck, I think it was the Crystal, I want to say the Crystal Church or something similar. It was like this little underground, dive BYOB thing. It was all ages, but it was...
And it was still BYOB?
Yeah. But it was fantastic. It was such an awesome way to kick things off and to really kind of, get things started. Yeah.
You survived, though.
I did. I survived. It was rough. Thursday night was actually the hardest for me. Because,
What day was that? That was King Fest.
Right. Thursday was when the actual festival kicked off. So it's the day started with King Fest, and I performed twice at King Fest. I was actually in a group. We did a group number. It was myself and 4 other kings, some from Texas, from Canada, they're from all over, but we all do Elton John numbers. So we did this group Elton.
I saw that.
And oh my God, people were fucking living for it because it was 5 totally different styles of Elton. And people were going... Different songs, right. So, but it was... And we threw it together 5 minutes before we went on stage because Flarington, who was supposed to... Who kind of put it all together, was supposed to be at the hotel at 1 o'clock. But there were a shit ton of flights that were delayed. He didn't get there until right before King Fest started. So we all got ready. We went to the fitness center, and it was literally, we were like, okay, we have to go on, in 10 minutes. We were literally sitting back there, throwing it together. The choreography was all thrown together, right before we went on stage.
Well, I would have never guessed that.
It was freaking awesome, and people were just going batshit crazy. And then I had to run upstairs, take my Elton face off, and get into the dragon face with the wings and shit. Those wings are the reason I drove, by the way, because that wasn't going to get him on a plane. It wasn't going to happen.
Plus,
So...
I don't trust those people.
Right. So I had to drive because I was going to be extra.
And you were?
And I had to take the Elton face off and put the dragon face on and go back down. Things were running so far behind that I basically sat down there for... at this point, we were running almost an hour and a half behind. And I was in so much pain, it was ridiculous. I got up
And being in drag. And,
right, and I was supposed to perform Thursday night at the trans showcase. And I was gung-ho. I was excited about it. And
did your body say no?
Oh God, it was awful. I got up to take off all the drag and stuff because I was going to get into a different phase, a different number. And I was in the shower and things were so fucking I was bawling. It was awful. So I had to send Mary Jane a message and I was like, I cannot. Like, aww. I wish and I don't do that. That is not something I do. I will suck it the fuck up and...
Mm-hmm. But shingles ain't nothing.
Yeah, no, I could not do it. I was like, I there's no way. I cannot, like, get redressed and do all of this again. It wasn't happening. And then I performed Friday night. I performed Saturday night. On top of you. It was, yeah. Sunday, I didn't have anything to do, but I got in Face for a little bit. I'll talk about that later. We'll see. But I got in Face for a little bit, and then went out.
Are you supposed to? Can you?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I don't want to jinx it. Don't talk about it.
So I'm not going to. So, but I got in Face for a little bit, which was fun. I got, hung around a little bit. And then went up and took everything off because there was like a VIP party up in the room for a little bit, and then not that kind of VIP party. And then they did like the closing like show whatever down at the North Door, same venue as before. And then I was so tired at that point. I went home. I went back to the hotel. I talked to Donna at the front desk, who was amazing, who got me a late checkout, even though technically everybody was like, "You can't get a late checkout. Watch me. Hold my beer."
Didn't they say that to me?
So.
But I woke up from and this.
Right. But see, Donna was there when I checked in. So, like, me and Donna, we went way back.
Was Donna the one that...
No, that was Barbara, I think. Did she have dark hair, or was she an older lady with white hair?
It wasn't an older lady. It was a brunette lady.
It might have been Donna.
I think it might have been Donna. Donna's the saving grace of that hotel.
I'm telling you. So Donna and I chatted for a bit, and I was like, I don't suppose there's any like late checkouts available. She's like, what time do you want? 2? Great. So
you got 2 o'clock?
I didn't think I was gonna need it. I just wanted to be able to sleep before getting up.
Slowly were moving.
Right.
You could.
So I like slept until I woke up. Like I didn't worry about my alarm or anything like that. So I slept, got up, got the rest of my stuff in my car, and then started driving back. Got here at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Oh fuck me. That is a rough drive to do by yourself. It was like, you drove by yourself?
I'm sorry. It's like, but if I would have went with you, then I would have just been broke and weird and no drag. I mean, I'm sure I could have brought drag with me.
You could have brought drag with you.
I just would have been on your floor.
That's fine. It's not like I had any trade.
I mean, if you did, that would have been the worst thing.
No, God. So, but it... After going, and I said this in the post I wrote today, after dealing with, like, shit here and having kings here literally be told, you have to conform if you want to get booked. You have to conform and do Bruno Mars if you want to get booked. And having people be like, here, if you and your friends want to get booked, you should listen to this person. I'm like, you know what? Bullshit.
Did people do that to y'all? Oh my God. I have never done that.
I was like, you know what?
If I hear a song on the radio, then I...
Bull the fuck shit. The Kings, like... If y'all are still sleeping on Kings, you're missing out. Hardcore. Because I saw Kings from all over the place that brought out every type of number you could possibly imagine. And I don't think I was not entertained at all. Like...
Well, see, the thing that I loved last year, and I fully thought he was full of shit until I went, and then I'm addicted.
Yeah, well,
bitch, I was sitting here like just and then I'm like on Instagram like let me see what I can find. But it is like this all inclusive, like you just want to be there. I've already thought about looks that I could do for next year. You You go there, you do your thing. Nobody's saying, "Oh, sweetie, you tried that, but it's not cute."
Right.
Or somebody might say, that number is great, but you could improve it by. Let's try that language.
Actually, it would be more like, oh my god, that was fucking amazing. And the whole time you were up there, I kept seeing you doing X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Like, it's
Nobody
never...
really focuses on what it should have been when it could have been.
No.
When it's already...
It's a completely different experience. And
I almost feel like it's not a pageant, but I feel like it's like your time to show off.
And that's kind of that's what it is. It's it's like
it's a huge showcase.
It's a massive. You have 4 days of drag of every single type going on in different venues. Like, and it's huge. People don't really get it. It's like, so Thursday is King Fest, and it starts usually around noon and goes until about 9:00 p.m. That is 9 hours.
I don't think I've ever seen a hotel taken over by drag entertainers.
Oh yeah, seriously. It's like, so King Fest is by itself is like 9 hours. That's 9 hours of Kings.
With what? I haven't even gotten to my part. I just sat down.
And then you have the rest of it, and there's daytime showcases.
I have not even talked about my weekend yet.
No, we haven't even gotten to Felicia yet.
I just got in here.
Felicia's been putting her face on.
And I'm not even done, but I have to...
We, and then you have daytime showcases during the rest of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday and Saturday, there are both daytime showcases, which start at like noon or 1 and then go until like 8 or 9. And then there's the nighttime showcases, which go from 10 until like 2 in the morning, sometimes later.
Oh my God.
Like, it's massive. And it's not just, well, here's this little space over here for kings, and you can have this little space. No, that is not how that works. It is, look, here's everybody. Okay, so we have king, king, queen, queen, king, queen, king. Like, the lineup is one right after the other, and it's not, oh, well, you can have this little one right here.
Oh, that's so much.
No. It's
and they're
such an
legit
amazing
venues.
They are. It's fantastic. And, mad props to the board. Jamie and Mary Jane and everybody that helped put this together, because again, it's amazing. What have you been up to since
Well, as Brooklyn was yelling at me, I haven't even got to my part. But so
you got part of that on
what?
Didn't you do that before that last week?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't remember what I did this weekend then. I'm just kidding. I went to Vegas to help Brooklyn and company with their makeup for a photo shoot with Tios Photography, who is, this is my first time meeting him, and I wanted to be in the same room, but he does not do that. It's the entertainer and him by themselves.
Interesting.
It cuts down on the distraction.
It does,
cuts down
for sure.
on so much. But I had a good time doing that. It was like a day trip. It was
nice.
Quick, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But it was a good time.
And I saw it. I'm like, Vegas? What the fuck is she doing in Vegas?
I didn't tell anybody where I was going. I go.
No, you didn't tell anybody.
They like your jacket. I like this jacket too.
Right? It's like it's
detail,
legitimately, it's a vintage like 1970s jacket.
But show the pockets. Those pockets are amazing.
So the pockets, it's almost like a Western style jacket. It's hard to see, but it's a different kind of cut. It's yeah.
So I don't hate you, Brooklyn. I just hadn't got to my part. But what did I do all weekend then? I forget.
I have no idea. I was busy.
I had homework in there too, so other than stalking Freddy, Sassy, Trey, and Violet, and Coco.
So basically, you just stayed here and did homework.
Yeah, I stayed here and did homework, and then when I got a free moment, I was like... And if I didn't hear from anybody, I would just send messages. I'll just be like, what you guys doing?
Also, I don't know what the hell I did, but I pulled a muscle back here, like from like the base of my butt all the way
It
down.
could
the
have
back
been
of
when
my
you
thigh.
jumped up in the air and slammed on your knees.
It looked cool, okay? It looked cool.
Oh my God. I saw the video. I was like,
I have like skinned knees for the first time in like a decade. Look, I have boo-boos. See, I got boo-boos
you
on my
didn't
knees.
even like wear knee pads or
No,
anything.
it was a spur of the moment decision, okay? It was a spur of the moment. I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. This will look really, really good. Watch this. Bam!
There's a point in the video where he's like, and then you just keep going, and you're,
I
you're
totally
like,
did that.
did I do that? I did.
I did, because it looked cool. Next time, before I do that number again, I need to get some knee pads, I think. Oh, shit. So, talking about things like Austin and whatnot, and I talk about this almost every year because it's important to talk about. And so, for my tip tonight, I'm actually going to talk about...
I'm going to sit here and eat Chipotle chips.
Knock yourself out.
I ate all the guacamole.
So, I'm going to talk about event drop and kind of how to combat that and how to, you know, exercise self-care when you come back from something. And it's especially important, you know, if you are, you know, if you're involved in something like that, whether it's Austin Drag Fest, whether it's a leather thing, whether it's like a Comic-Con, or, you know, it's anything where like the trigger is intense, high energy, high emotion, and like sustained effort that then just ends abruptly.
And sometimes you don't realize it is stress on your body.
Right, you don't think about it. I spent 5 days straight in drag.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? And it's an effort, and
well,
the amount of energy it takes to perform, and, you know, so...
Last year I came back and I had eye strain, remember?
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
For like 2 days.
Yeah.
But,
so it like I said, it happens with pretty much any large event that, you know, you have to put forth any kind of effort, and that can be anything from a Comic-Con where you have to get dressed up, to you know, one of the big leather conventions, or anything like that where you have to be on, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of the feeling you kind of get when you're done is like it's a contrast of like like a jubilation of being done versus a sense of letdown. By the last day, we're like, we're almost done because we're all dragging ass, and then it's done and we're like, I don't want it to be done.
It's like camp.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, and I say that over and over again, and people are like, really? I'm like, no, it really is. It's totally like summer camp.
But it's totally worth it.
It is. So event drop it's real, but it's temporary, and you can help, you know, kind of combat it by practicing, you know, self-care. You know, you want to rest, you want to eat well, you want to be kind to yourself. And one thing, and this sounds stupid, but so you're at this event and your emotions are crazy and running high and whatever. When you come home, do not make any major decisions until your hormone levels have returned to normal. That may sound weird, but it's true. Like, you come back and you're on this high, and you could make all sorts of decisions, then you go, oh fuck, what did I do? So you want to make sure that everything kind of comes back and settles before you make any kind of like major decisions. Yes, Brooklyn, it makes you heartless because she's never experienced event drop.
Yes, she has.
So the things that you can do to kind of help with event drop: gratitude thinking, and everyone's like, what? And it's, you know, when you're done and people are writing these long posts, that's part of it. You get to write those posts. You get to tell people how amazing your experience was. You get to thank the people that helped make that experience amazing. You know, so write those posts, make those videos. You know, anytime you do something like that, you're gonna boost your serotonin and dopamine levels, and that's gonna help start evening things out a little bit. You're still gonna be like, I was writing mine, and I'm like, I like, it makes me tear up. And if you read a lot of other people's like long posts, you get emotional because it's the connections that you make with people, and then you don't have them anymore. You're like, I miss you. Make sure that you take some time to sort of relax and reward. Even if you have to jump right back into a muggle job. Like, I know numerous people that basically flew home and then immediately went to work. Even if you have to jump back into work, this is still doable, you know? Rest is key. Of course, I need to learn how to practice what I preach, but I went to bed at it was about 11 o'clock last night, but I slept in this morning. My dogs didn't even wake me up. I was stunned. I know, my dogs did not wake me up. Normally, Sparky at 6 o'clock is like, excuse me.
Why aren't you up? You know I have to be.
Yeah, I slept until almost 10 o'clock this morning. Like, strange. Go to bed early when you can. Sleep in, when you can. Relax, read, take a bath, and, treat yourself, whatever that means to you. Get a massage. Go to a movie. Eat Thai food while you're sitting naked on your couch, binging all of Judy Garland's movies. Like, do things that make you feel good. On my shelf.
I was like, is that on Netflix?
It's on my shelf.
Okay.
I have a lot of Judy Garland movies. Anyway.
I was like, they're not all on Netflix.
No, they're not. In fact, I don't think any of them are.
At one point, they were.
Another thing you can do is make sure that you connect with friends and family, whatever your family is to you. And that can be the people, I always say...
If they're here.
Well, I always say connect with the folks that, you met or that you spent time with while you were at the convention or whatever it is. Because just dropping that is like, oh God, where'd you go? Mm-hmm. So reach out to them, but also... Don't forget about the friends and stuff that you have at home. We spend all this time there, and then we come back, and we're still riding this high, and it's like, oh, I know I've been busy. I haven't talked to this person in a few days, and, I haven't, bake some stuff. Do whatever it is that makes you feel good.
You let me know when you're baking stuff.
And, with me, because of, number one, the issues that were going on medically and just being busy, I wasn't talking to anybody. I barely talked to you. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't you, it was everybody. People would message me, and they might get a one-word answer. They might get nothing for a few days.
You would have done that. I would have been more worried.
They just wouldn't... I wasn't responding, and it was... I couldn't. I had to take care of myself at the time. So then when I got back... I had to make sure to go through and, reply and respond to the folks that did text me that I really didn't communicate with, and send messages to be like, hey, I'm back, I missed you, let's go get lunch or something, whatever.
And P.S., my status from yesterday had nothing to do with him.
It was totally about me. Get that $5? No, it's fine, never mind. Get back into your routine. That's a big one, too.
Sometimes that's hard for me.
It's hard for me too. I keep thinking I have to get up for work tomorrow, and I'm like,
your body just goes, why?
Right.
Why?
So that's why it's important to do that, because otherwise, if you just let it go, it's going to be even harder. So get back into that routine. Force yourself to get up. Force yourself to go to work. Don't call out. Go do what you have to do, and set new goals. So, for example, for folks that are coming back after AIDF, it's sort of like, okay, everybody comes back talking about how inspired they are about all sorts of things.
And I do that too.
So, right, exactly. So, how are you going to take that and implement it at home? So, what are you going to do at home to make it, to kind of keep carrying that with you? Are you going to try and, if you're a queen that has a show, after seeing all the kings and stuff at Kingfest, are you going to actively try and find more kings to bring into your show?
Did it.
Stuff like that. Are you do you have ideas for new numbers? I have ideas for new numbers. New costumes, all that stuff. And, keep that going. Set new goals for yourself. It is okay to be, to have the blues. It's okay to just be kind of blah after a large event. And you just have to remember that it is temporary, and you just have to remember to take care of yourself once you get home. That's the most important part. It really is. It really, really is.
I think also when you're at these events, because last year I remember at some point I had to like slow down because I was changing my look maybe twice a day. Yeah, and there was some point where my body was like, "Hey, girl." You realize that your adrenaline level only goes up so high. We're gonna take it back down,
right. And then you crash if you're not careful. Like it's
so you have to remember to do these. Take care of yourself while you're doing these things. Because I just remember last year my body saying, "Excuse me, we're gonna take a nap, even though you're in full makeup and you wanted to go take a shower."
Right.
So
if you don't take care of yourself, your body will do it for you, and it doesn't
it'll be
care.
Extreme sometimes because you'll be like, "I'm gonna go downstairs."
Right, and it doesn't care what time it is or what plans you have.
Make sure you're eating.
So eating is a big one.
I was so hungry. I don't know what it is about me being in drag that when I'm in drag, I get so hungry.
I know.
But then as soon as it's off, it's like, I could eat. You eat like a little bit, and then you're like, I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
Right. So, but I got to...
High serotonin.
I got to see all the sort of the usual suspects. So Coco Jim Holiday, Diana Fire, Geneva Convention. I need to get Geneva Convention out here. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do it, but I need to. Because she's fucking phenomenal. I think
Why can't she be a part of the queer agenda?
She probably could. I need to chat with some folks. Because she
would do.
She does amazing things, and she's like one of the most incredible AFAB entertainers I've ever seen. She's one of the most incredible entertainers, period. The fact that she's AFAB is just...
True fact. I have never seen her out of drag. So I was like, who's sitting at the table?
She's a ginger.
And I didn't realize that she was a redhead.
Yeah.
I was like...
Solidarity and shit, you know.
I was like, who is that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was great.
And I rarely have those moments.
I now have these ideas, and after my step down in March, because almost everything now, between now and March, is all about my step down.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Ryan.
But,
as soon as I get out of drag, I have to pee. Same.
There's that. So it's like, as soon as, my step down is done, I want to travel more. I want to go and visit some of these people, and... and because that's So,
I had that plan last year,
and we need to get. Well, I mean, I've been traveling, and
I just continue to emotionally eat over here.
Okay, you emotionally eat. Next time, don't fucking bail on me. God damn it!
You hear that?
That 15-hour drive, though, that's a bitch to do by yourself. Like it would have been okay, I think, if you had been there and I could have forced you to talk to me.
I always talk to you anyway.
I know, but like that, I think
you
that
probably wouldn't have let me sleep.
I would have let you sleep for a little bit, and then I would have been like, I need you to talk to me now. But
you want us to come to? Oh, I'll come to Utah.
Bitch. I will totally come to Utah. I like Utah. So yeah,
it's snowing there right now, right?
Could be.
I would love to do a photo shoot in the snow.
So. One other thing I wanted to talk to about today, just because it happens to be, it is the Transgender Day of Remembrance. So we're gonna take it up here. We're gonna bring it down a little bit.
I can't believe that number is that you're about.
So here's some facts for y'all, since today is the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
What is it? There's people that watch us that don't know what that means.
The Transgender Day of Remembrance?
Yeah, just explain what the day is.
I was like, huh? It's basically, it's just like, you have, like, Veterans Day and things like that. It's a day to kind of recognize and reflect and acknowledge the lives that have been lost, the trans lives that have been lost, mostly through violence, whether it be self-inflicted or inflicted by others. So here's some facts for you. This year, and mind you, we're still not quite done. It's almost December, but we're not quite done yet. 331 trans and gender diverse people have been murdered this year worldwide. And mind you, when it comes to these figures, these are only the ones that have been reported accurately. These are the ones that have been reported as, yes, this was a trans woman, or this was
Or
a whatever, right?
all.
Or reported at all. Because often they're not reported, and often they will be reported using the individual's...
I like that one. An honor and memorial to end the Awareness Week.
Right. They're when deaths are reported, they're often used with their birth name and assigned gender. So the numbers we have are sketchy at best, but it's the closest approximation. The closest approximation that we have so far. So,
I mean, you're not really human anyway, are you?
No. I mean, I'm a ginger. I'm a mutant. So 331 trans and gender diverse people murdered this year worldwide. Over 3,300 trans individuals have been murdered worldwide since 2008. That's in 11 years over 3,300, which averages out to be about 300 people a year. 300 trans people a year are murdered. And mind you, I'm just talking the murder statistics. I'm not talking about the suicides.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Does it include suicides?
This is just murders. This is just violence at the hands of others. And the United States is ranked 3rd in trans murders.
Oh my God, we're getting good at.
Yeah. Not something we want to be
good at.
We are behind Mexico, who is number 2, and Brazil, who is number 1.
That's interesting.
61% of trans folks murdered were sex workers, which makes sense. The trans community is the most...
Do they still use that excuse? What is that?
Oh, the gay panic type bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Which is bullshit, because 9 times out of 10...
Wasn't there a state that just passed a law that you can't use that as a default?
I want to say yes, but I have to look up. I can't remember which one.
I can't.
Look it up. You're right there. And just a reminder that sex work is work. And it's unfortunate that...
What's it called? The term for it.
It's gay panic, basically. It's a gay panic of defense. Sex work is work. It's a shame that so many trans women in particular feel that they have to resort to sex work because one reason or another they feel they can't get a job in sort of the public sector or the private sector.
That happens here too.
Oh, it does, absolutely. Yeah.
Kendra just finished the local event here in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
She's the president of Trans Spectrum.
Correct.
How was that? I just saw some pictures online too.
I haven't seen. I've been here. In the U.S., 91% of the trans lives, the trans individuals who were murdered, 91% were black trans women, 81% were under 30, and 68% lived in the South.
That is an effective
number. And just a couple PSAs that I'm going to throw out here.
Uh-oh.
Being a cis individual with trans friends does not make your voice more important than a trans person.
So your voice doesn't make it more important because I'm black and you can speak for me?
I would...
I'm just saying, we might as well just talk about that because, in recent conversations across statuses on social media, I have noticed that people that are cis males, and one of them being cis male and a person of color, made it seem like you guys were overreacting
Correct.
to don't speak for me. That's basically what this conversation was saying. Don't speak for me.
Yeah.
And this individual did not understand. He thought that it was okay, but if somebody came out and said, all people of color do this, and I'm here for it, I'm gonna talk for you, and I'm gonna go. No, and it's at some point it's not okay. I mean, it's never okay. Even though, God, I'm getting all jumbled because I'm getting upset. Just reading the conversation yesterday set me into this. Where are we right now? It was no more than barely 50 years ago that somebody said that I, as a black man, could do what? Vote, go sit with everybody else, sit on the front of the bus, all that stupidness. But here we are, taking the privilege that we have been given and using it against our brethren and telling them basically, calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
This individual, number one, called me a coward because I said that...
Well, and then he told you to calm down.
Oh, yes, he did. He told a lot of us to calm down.
I'm like, wait a minute.
So, this person basically said, I have trans friends, and therefore...
Well, in fact, the person that ignited this conversation is a trans individual as well.
Right. Well... that was part of the problem. That was part of the problem because based on what they said.
Yes.
Yeah, that was part of the problem. But this individual said he has trans friends and has had trans friends since I was in grade school, which I actually think I may be older than him.
Maybe about the same age.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for thinking I'm so young. But he said that he's had trans friends since I was in grade school, and therefore his voice
I didn't have trans
is more powerful than mine. He's had trans friends for longer than I've been alive, even though
he had authority.
Right. So, which I think is honestly, first of all, I think if we're not the same age, I may be slightly older.
But still, it doesn't give you authority.
No, it doesn't. Because he has trans friends, his voice, therefore, is more powerful and carries more weight than an actual trans person. No.
I read that. I was like,
just no.
Whoa.
No on all levels.
And
absolutely not.
And then somebody else took the conversation, was done with this conversation because they had enough, and just basically said, this is what I'm saying. And then that person, instead of leaving it alone, came over to that status and made it abundantly clear that when people say, I don't mind people having a difference of opinions. I don't mind people having a different point of view. What I don't understand is that he was promoting the ignorance in which he has and saying it was okay for him to speak on behalf of a group that he does not represent.
Yeah, that's no. You don't get to do that. I don't get to speak for people of color. And he tried to call me out on my privilege, and I was like...
Oh, I saw that too.
I was like, okay, I speak in public a lot. And anytime I speak in public, I was, at the trans conference that we did in Denver. The very first thing I ever do is acknowledge the fact that I have privilege. Every single time. Without fail. Whenever we're talking about anything to do with transition, when it comes to, being trans, the first thing I do is acknowledge my privilege. So don't try to tell me that...
But he refused to acknowledge his.
No, he won't. And that's the thing. Also, one trans person being okay with, people using...
Things being said.
Right, with, either transphobic jokes or humor or whatever. Your one trans friend that is okay with that doesn't mean that it's okay. That's not how that works. Your one trans friend who is okay with that may be just basically excusing it because they're your friend and they don't want to call you out. It doesn't mean it's okay. Just like your one black friend is okay with you making all sorts of racist jokes, but all your other black friends are not, it doesn't mean you get to keep making racist jokes. That's not...
And I've said this before, and I feel like it counts here. I feel like, because when I first started drag, and I will say this out loud, and I always get in trouble for it, but I don't care. But when I first started drag here, they used to say, like, oh, it's okay, you're black. Or they, once upon a time, called me Blackie. And I got to...
Fuck?
Oh, yes.
Well
but
done, Arizona.
I got to a point where I came to the sense that if you have to resort to my race or anything around it, good for you. You found the cheap way out, and that's the easy joke for you. If you can't think of anything else, you're not that funny.
If you'd like to learn how to be a better ally, Teddy, Michael, and myself have a fantastic presentation that we can share with you.
That he knows how to run the PowerPoint for now.
Just saying. Just saying.
Is that PowerPoint?
So,
it is that PowerPoint.
So, on this Transgender Day of
let's catch up on some conversation.
Okay, so
Kendra says in 42 states, it is trans panic defense is still legal.
Yeah.
I found it. Since then, states California, Illinois, Rhode Island, Nevada, Connecticut, Maine, Hawaii, and New York have banned such defenses.
Good.
So that list should be
much longer. That it should be a federally mandated
just like
thing.
I'm thinking, why is the conversion camp still a thing? How is that legal? But let's see. Sean wrote a lot.
Sean says that he has black friends and he'll never know their experience. He can only listen and then do what he can with the privilege that he has to do right by them. Mm-hmm. He recognizes he has privilege, and it is a weird card to hold, because you go from as being a trans man, especially a white trans man. I went from having a certain amount of privilege as a woman and as a white woman, but even then not really much privilege at all, to all of a sudden, as soon as I started passing, it was like I got a membership card. It was like, oh, cool, you're really a dude, here you go.
Come on in.
And my life experience since then, especially around cisgender men, especially they don't know I'm trans, is very, very different. Like, there are things that I'm just like, what the fuck? Blows my goddamn mind every single time. But, yes, today we remember the lives that have been lost, the trans lives that have been lost to violence, but it shouldn't be just one day. It really should be,
I thought I muted that.
Apparently not. It really should be every day, and it should be every day that folks are trying to think of ways to be better allies and how to amplify the voices of trans individuals, and basically shut the fuck up. If you are not trans, if you are not anything that falls under sort of the gender diverse umbrella, you cannot. I don't give you permission to speak for me, and you shouldn't be speaking for me. Mm-hmm. There are better ways to go about doing that.
And I would, not that I would speak for you, but sometimes I find myself trying to defend.
But that's,
there's this. I don't know how to explain it. There's a thin line where you realize you are not them. Does that make sense? You are not in that circle. Right. Don't step in it. Don't. Just know that you can be the best ally you can be by defending things that you know you can defend.
Correct.
But do not step in and say, well, I know for a fact. That's not okay.
No.
That's where it got me, because I was like,
right.
whoa, wait a minute. And then you came back where you weren't welcomed.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that person didn't get blocked, but...
I got rid of them a while back. Like, I deleted them a long time ago for transphobic bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But people excuse things within our own community, which, whatever. Anyway, what have we got going on? So, shit. God, we have a lot.
Wow, we're at the end already?
We are at the end already. Look at that. It's already almost 9. So, it is almost 9. So tomorrow, Felicia and I are hosting Sparkle Glitter Glisten, which is Glisten's big gala they do every year.
Yes.
I'm excited. Glisten has always been very supportive, and it's still a very important.
Ignore things, not excuse.
I've lost my word. Glisten's important. Glisten's important. It's
important for education.
Right.
It helps. I almost want to say they're like the ignorance cure, because they are willing to educate those who are willing to learn about LGBTQRST.
And they're in schools, and that's yes, important, because that's where it needs to start.
And it's a deep penetration. It's not a...
Yeah, it is.
I'm just saying, it's not like they're handing out pamphlets and then walking away.
It's deep. It's deep
They
penetration.
are awesome. I do know some organizations that do hand out pamphlets and then ask for donations.
Right.
So then we have Drag Bingo on the 29th. Yes, it is on
Black Friday. We know it's on Black Friday. We did it on purpose.
I don't know how many people have asked me that.
Yes, we know it's Black Friday. Yes, we've done it before. Like, it's on purpose. We understand that. Basically, it's go deal with relatives on Thanksgiving, go shopping, and then bring us your leftovers.
Yeah.
Just saying. On December 1st, I'm going to be at Stacy's Follies. Espresso would be there. It's her night for Follies, but she's actually going to be at Scottsdale.
Is that her prelim?
Yeah. It's going to be at the Scottsdale prelim. On December 6th, I will be emceeing the Three Fates Review Burlesque at the Yucca Tap Room again. That was so much fun. Last time. I'm excited to do it again this time.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that we kind of coordinated. God,
did we?
I'm like wearing rainbow, and you're wearing...
Oh, fuck. Christ.
I didn't even realize it until you said it.
Nice. On December 7th, I get to officiate Missy's wedding. Missy is the owner of La Guitarra. And she's been so supportive of us and bingo and all the things. So I get to give her, do things, and married and stuff. Yeah, it's fun. Good things.
You need some tips?
Probably.
I have a little book that you can
I have a little book too.
And then, so I will not be at Missy's wedding, even though she has asked me repeatedly to be there.
You're gonna be there? You're gonna be there? You're gonna be there? No!
I already had this booked in Bisbee. It's Not Your Mother's Average Christmas. I'm sure it's longer than that, but
I think it's Not Your Mother's Average Christmas Party. I don't know. It's excessively long.
Mm-hmm. So, I will be in Bisbee for that, and then you're performing at TGIF.
I am on the 13th, Friday the 13th. I will be at TGIF at C7. I have a bunch of new numbers that I haven't performed here yet.
You could totally do all of those.
I can do most of them. I have knee pads.
Yeah.
I will be at TGIF at C7 with Espresso Grande.
So she'll be there for that one.
She will be there for that one, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then on the 14th, Felicia and I are doing drag bingo for
Pro-Choice Arizona.
Thank you.
It'll be at Irene's Tap Room.
That was so much fun last time.
Yes.
Like,
it was, when I say that this will be, all of our bingos sell out.
Yeah.
So, if you want to come to one of our bingos, please buy tickets early. Don't sit and think about it, because last time somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there," and then I had to like get them in there because I was like, "I'm sorry, we ran out.
We sold out. You can't. You like seriously. You can't just like sit back because all of our bingos sell out every single time. So,
are you gonna do the
Evil Queen? I was thinking about it. If it's, I mean, it's a Friday the 13th. I guess I could technically do something like that. But
I could probably go to that.
I could probably.
I'll be
do
out of
that.
school by then.
It was a good number. I enjoyed doing that number.
Yes, I could see it
in person.
Yeah, instead of watching.
It would have to be my last one, considering I can't. With all the makeup and stuff, like I can't open the show with that. And then on January 4th, which is coming up real quick here, it's my final prelim in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah.
So by prelim, so that's not the last one.
Right. Anybody want a prelim?
Upcoming guest, though she may have to reschedule because she may be working. Shay Larice, a nationally award-winning Shay Larice. She has so many titles. That's why I put nationally award-winning.
And then from Camp Wanakiki Season 1, we've got Sekevi. She's going to be... she was not there this year.
Oh, okay.
I know. She was not there this year. But she's going to be on with us. She's a phenomenal human. Phenomenal human.
And she just took some pictures. We'll share those when she comes on. And then your personal trainer is going to...
I know. I'm working on it. By next week, I should be back.
We're both stressed eating. That's fine.
And I know
oh my god, they're cold. How are you still eating them?
Oh. I'm hungry.
Meanwhile, I still have a
right. You've got like
a burrito bowl
sitting over there.
Where did what come from? Oh, your cactus? Why did you put the cactus?
What did you?
Are you gone fishing?
Yeah, fat fingered things.
Yeah. I want to shout out my friend Amanda from high school. Watching.
Oh, hey.
You know what's been the most hilarious, but often eye-opening thing is that a lot of my friends from high school are so supportive of my trip. Now, if I had started this in high school, I don't know how that story would have panned out. But, yeah. And then we're baking some goodies with Mia Inez Adams. We talked about candies. Talked about some quick breads. Some good stuff. I told her that she has to leave it here. We are sponsored by Wigs of a Kind, and you can find them at wigsofakind.com, or you can find them on Facebook, Wigs of a Kind.
The two mohawks that I wore in Austin were Marissa's.
I saw you were a model today. I saw that. We should do a photo shoot that are all Marissa wigs.
Ooh, we should.
If you're a photographer and you want to lend your hand, we'll put a little money down.
And also theburlybarbers.com. If you're in Phoenix, go see them to get your hair did. They're amazing.
And special thanks to Brandon, Bess, Leanne, Carrie, Corey, Allison, Joan, and there's somebody missing off that list, but I can't tell.
I don't know because I still can't get into it.
I couldn't get into it the other day, so I guess join the club. Support us at patreon.com/let's have a Fefe. Once we get in there, we'll post some stuff.
Awesome. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, share it with all your friends, enemies. Hi, Mia. We were just talking about you. That you have to leave all the baked goods here that you make. Just so we can test them. Quality control. Promise not to eat them all at one time. Subscribe, share this with all your friends, enemies, and Trump supporters. Especially right now, because you know what's really funny to watch and let it play in the background is the impeachment hearing.
I can't. I can't do it.
Some of the answers are so stupid that you wonder, what the hell? What the hell? Yes, you was mentioned. You can subscribe to us as a podcast. I did not post. I haven't posted the last couple episodes. I'm not going to post the one from last week because nobody is going to listen to me put on makeup.
All you hear is
Bob Ross.
It's like ASMR.
Bob Ross.
Right, or something.
The podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and more. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Special thanks to all of you who watched live. And we will see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation.
Ew.
This has been Let's Have a Fefe, and good night. Maybe I'll go find my lashes and my lash glue.
Oh, God. Good night, everybody. We will see you next week.